Kid Nation book club, so to speak.
Yes, please tell me a little bit about that. I'd like to hear from you guys. I grew up doing theater, so this is fascinating. It wasn't at all what I thought. They kept telling me, you guys are going to build a town, build a town, build a town. Who's going to tell them, like, I don't own a hammer? 50-page thick contract. There were some things that were definitely questionable. If you die, that's not on us. Basically signing our lives away, begging. I learned that I was going to be on the council like 3-4 days before I was scheduled to fly out. They told us really not a lot.
I have to say I was surprised. I was very surprised.
And they were like, well, we can't just throw kids in the middle of nowhere and have them fend for themselves because that's too torturous. Let's add politics.
We need this town to work. We need to have structure. We need to have discipline. We need to have laws.
I think that was the angle they were going for. I don't know what their point was and what they were trying to prove. They definitely didn't tell me. Maybe children who have not been jaded by the world can make better decisions and be better, working cohesively with people than adults who have already have their opinions and, their biases and things like that. I think that was the point. I don't know if that's what happened.
The people are just doing whatever they want.
Well, as far as the religion episode, okay, let's see if these kids want to pray. It wasn't natural. It wasn't a natural thing. And a lot of things in the journal that people were like, that it was saying like, I'm sure you guys are struggling with this. No, we weren't. Because when you think about it, most kids do get along when they weren't putting obstacles in front of us to fight over. We were fine, and that's boring. I was 12. I don't even know if I knew what the word ethics meant yet. It wasn't in the journal. We all went into the saloon, and we had a political discussion about the Iraq War, about George Bush. It got heated. They cut it. We even knew at that point that we had to play the game at that age. We didn't know how we were going to be edited. I was in middle school, so that's mortifying in a way. There were doctors there. There were psychologists there, counselors, therapists. They had animal wranglers. The rattlesnake incident. They intervened with Greg a few times because they were like, you got to cut this bullying shit out or we're sending you home. Because he peed in Nathan's canteen.
I could smell it. I could feel it.
If you notice, there's nobody from New York or California because their school systems wouldn't agree to it. You have to pay them. There has to be tutors there. And, someone from Indiana or Massachusetts, in my case, was like, this is a great opportunity. So they definitely, I think, took advantage of those states who weren't fully aware of the industry, basically unenrolled from school. To this day, I think I missed the section on algebra, though, because I still don't know how to do it. I think I was gone when they taught algebra because I came back and I was like, why are we bringing in letters? Probably illegal, but it was cool. I went from being in this free environment where I got to make the rules and people trusted me and adults trusted me to take care of myself, and I did. And there was this open-minded way of thinking, and then all of a sudden I was right back in school, in a desk, in a classroom, being taught things that I didn't care about. I got so much more of an education there than I did the whole 6th grade year. So I felt like I was in the real world in Bonanza City, the way people should live. And then I got thrown back into this fake world of school and jobs and capitalism and pretending things matter that don't matter. And the happiest I ever was and the most intelligent and fulfilled I ever felt was when I had nothing. When I was in the middle of nowhere with nothing but my personality. And it seemed so silly to me that I was sitting there doing algebra when there was so much more to learn. But there were definitely people there. All of a sudden, I had so many best friends. Everybody wanted to hang out. I remember that year for my birthday, I came home with like gifts upon gifts upon gifts. And I was like, I don't even know you people. I enjoyed watching it. Of course, it was such a cool experience. It isn't anything I look back on negatively, but I was captured in the ugliest, awkwardest phase of my life forever. I mean, nobody is cute at 12. Nobody has it together in middle school.
No say in anything.
I was a great counselor, and I'm mad. I have to leave. I'm sorry.
This is so 2007. We gave each other all our AIMs and our MySpace handles. We all keep in touch a lot. The rise of people talking about it again has made us reconnect. They do get tax prize money, which I think is bullshit, but whatever. My mom, she took some of the money and redid the bathroom, but she asked me permission, and I was like, I'm 13. What am I going to say? No.
What was the biggest lesson you learned from Kid Nation?
We were all the same, is what I learned. Every single person wants the same things out of life. They want to be loved. They want to have some sort of romantic connection, hopefully. They want a family that supports them. They want a job that fulfills them. And they want friends who accept them. When you take everything away, right? You take away makeup, you take away your clothes. Nobody knows how much money you make. You're all wearing the same thing. you know, in a situation where you have nothing to hide behind, is what I would always call it. When I took all of it away, the connections that you really got to make when you had nothing to do but just talk to each other, is something I wish everybody had a chance to do. We are so much more alike, and we're so focused, especially now, on all of these differences. And really, when you have nothing to do but work together, talk to each other. I mean, my best friends were from the south side of Chicago, you know, Indianapolis, Florida, you know, all different places around the country. And even though we came from such different backgrounds, we were the same. And it's such a cliche answer, but it really is the truth of, once everything is away, once you have no choice but to be yourself truly and completely, that is the best version of yourself.
Next week on Kid Nation.